So what's your name?
I'm Sunny.
Sonny, where you from, Sonny?
San Diego.
San Diego? How long you been out here?
5 months.
What brings you to Kingston?
It's the biggest open-air drug market in the United States.
So what brings you to Kingston? How did you know about that?
Kensington is like famous, like when you talk about like heroin and specifically heroin, Kensington is like hand in hand.
How long have you been getting high?
Off and on for 10 years.
Off and on for 10 years? How old are you?
27.
27? Seriously? And you only been out here for 3 months?
5.
5 months. And you came out here because this is the biggest drug market.
Biggest and cheapest.
You ever plan on going back home?
I would like to. I didn't plan on being out here as long as I've been here, you know?
Yeah.
You kind of get stuck.
When's the last time you spoke to your family?
It's been a couple weeks. My daughter's birthday is in a couple days, so it's hard.
And what are they saying to you? Are they telling you to come home, or?
My family has been with me in my addiction for, long enough that now it's like a don't come home until you want to get your life right. So.
What's your drug of choice?
Heroin.
How do you earn your money?
Well, now I do dates, I trick, but I didn't used to. I used to sell on the block up the street, and I didn't like getting shot at. So this is safer, as crazy as that sounds. It's safer
to trick
than to sell. Yeah.
All of your dates go well?
They don't all go well, but I mean, none of them have gone fatally bad. So I have actually met some really nice people. I've met people that have just picked me up and took me out to dinner and paid me for conversation. There are like good people. There's not many. I wouldn't go tricking looking for those people, but it does happen.
Do you enjoy tricking?
No.
So you'd rather go back to your whole life and quit the drug if you could possibly do it? What were you before? What did you do before?
I was a surgical technologist.
Seriously?
I work in the operating room, yeah.
How did you start
when I was 17, I had a boyfriend that his brother was into it, and he like got some one day, and we tried it. But it's not like, the first time I was introduced to it, I tried it. Like, first I did Percocets. I was prescribed an unlimited refill of Percs when I was like 12 for my migraines, and they got too expensive after my prescription ran out. And then, the first time somebody had heroin, I was like, no, like, you're doing heroin, why would you do that? And then the second time somebody had heroin, I was like, oh my God, that's heroin, like, why would you do that? And then the third time it was like, all right, this isn't like as scary, let me just give it a try. And I've done it every day since.
And when you got out Kensington, is shit stronger than where you was at home? It was the best feeling at all? Or?
In Kensington?
Yeah, out here.
No.
No?
It actually surprised me, because for it to be the biggest open-air drug market, the drugs here are not good quality. None of them. At all. Actually, the heroin isn't heroin. The last time I went to rehab, I didn't test positive for opiates at all.
It's fentanyl.
It's not fentanyl.
Where's Tranquilizer?
It's Molly and benzos. Because I imagine the speedball effect gives you like the rush of heroin, and then the benzos make you fall asleep. People around here think that the high of heroin is just like you're supposed to fall asleep for 5 hours, but when I started doing dope, and it was dope, that was never the goal. Like, you did dope because it made you feel warm and itchy, like a hug for like 5 hours, like somebody was hugging you. You fell asleep only if you did too much. People here think that the high is you fall asleep, but it's too hard to get off of. So like, the high isn't even fun anymore. It's just stuck.
How long does it last for?
Sometimes 5 hours, sometimes 8. I mean, you're not like high for 8 hours, but I could go about 8 hours before I'm sick and need to do it again.
How much money do you make on your dates?
Depends on what I do on my dates.
In a day.
In a day, $200 to $300.
That much? How much you spend on your habit a day?
$200 to $300.
Where do you live?
So up until recently, like I lived in my car, like in a vehicle, but I got towed. So now I live in a trap house up the street. In a chair.
How much sleep do you get a day?
Maybe like 3 hours.
You ever?
And I never sleep on purpose. I sleep because like I've fallen asleep from the drug, but I never like sit down to sleep.
How often do you eat?
How often do I eat? I've been trying to eat more often. People are really good, especially because it's Ramadan. They bring meals out almost every day. So I eat something every day, probably like a meal a day.
When's the last time you got high?
This afternoon.
This afternoon, and it's wearing off?
Yeah, it's time.
It's time to get high again?
Yeah.
Alright, let's end the video.